Tonight, from Portland, Oregon, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Portland Lumberjacks taking on the Denver Broncos.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Portland Lumberjacks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with... The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The running play there going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it'll be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It'll be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, McAllister. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
They decided that they wanted to run before the game. It's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, McAllister. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Denver.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Tackle made at the 20.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 78 yards.
Hey, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
Looking sideline, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
And 8 yards.
Operating from the gun, McAllister, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And this one is right through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
Lumberjacks, nothing.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about it being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
On first down, Penn. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Off the play fake, Porter. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the left side. Penn. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Porter firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the gun, Porter. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
No, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A drive that time of 6 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And last last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, McAllister. Over the middle, complete. That's Pope. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pope. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
At the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
On 3rd and 2, McAllister feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
4 yards. And it's 4th down.
And I guess, partner, you call that a covered sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. He's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Broncos 6.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
6-yard line.
Back Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on NxtGen stats. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Taking it about the 1.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down now. Wall, he finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Off-play action. McAllister. Under pressure, and down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards. It's second down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, McAllister. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
McAllister.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
A pickup of 15 yards. But it's now
On third down, Wall. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll run on first down. Penn, he'll get only a couple down to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up
off the play fake. Porter. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Porter's pass.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
3. Now 3rd and
operating from the gun. Porter. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
Broncos 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Their own 28-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, McAllister, he's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and
operating from the gun. McAllister looking for the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
No!
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, McAllister. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. If you're going to blitz, it's likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. McAllister. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
From the gun on 3rd down. McAllister to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Makes the score Lumberjacks 21, Broncos 9.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
22-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off play action. Porter. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Second and 11.
Now a give, right side. Penn. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard.
To throw on 3rd down. Porter. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but he falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a dump off here complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. McAllister throwing the out route and complete. That's Pope. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Operating from the gun. McAllister. And this one is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line. 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. McAllister. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
Lumberjacks 21, Broncos 12.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 24-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. Back to the air on second down. Porter had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Breaks through the contact. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, McAllister toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, McAllister.
Yards to go.
He finds his man. It's Austin. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, McAllister. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McAllister. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
And again, he'll drop to throw. Airing it deep for Fowler. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Keeps the score. Lumberjacks 21. Broncos 12.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
And now, due to a pair of time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And you can see in the NxtGen stats, that one 62 yards in the air.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Porter, quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Tight end. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Porter, and he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
4th down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
24. Broncos 12.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
26-yard line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, McAllister. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wall. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. Something has been hard. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing on 1st down. McAllister toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. McAllister. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Off play action. Porter. Over the middle, complete. It's Kramer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
back to throw. Porter. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
On 3rd down, Porter. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kramer. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, Penn. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. They saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and
They'll keep it on the ground. Wall. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on 1st down. Wall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
no gain on the play.
Brings off the play fake. McAllister.
The 26-yard line.
Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Wall. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. McAllister. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. On 2nd down, Wall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. McAllister looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16.
Lumberjacks 31, Broncos 15.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on second down. Porter, and he fires one incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, McAllister. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, McAllister. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, McAllister. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
Operating from the gun. Porter. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. McAllister. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. McAllister throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
McAllister.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, McAllister. Over the middle, complete. That's Pope. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
11 on the play. 1st down, Denver.
Operating from the gun, McAllister. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Austin. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now here's a throw that's complete and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
From the gun, McAllister. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McAllister. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Denver.
They run with it. It's Kelly. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A gain of 6 yards.
Operating from the gun, McAllister. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I would think down 2 scores at this point in the 4th quarter, even with the loss there on 1st down, this has got to be 4-down territory. If you're the field goal kicker, your only purpose now is if you can run out for a pass or actually carry the ball into the end zone. Otherwise, don't even look at the coach.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Wall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The intent was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And Denver getting set to take the field.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
From the gun, Porter. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You blew the whistle.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
At the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Penn.
Number 28, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. That's
the offense on 3rd down tonight. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Jacks 34, Broncos 21.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 22-yard line.
So the Broncos now down by 13, just over 1:40 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. On 1st and 10, McAllister. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
On the deep ball. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. McAllister. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well. And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
On 4th down, McAllister. And that is incomplete. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Come on, guys, you got this. Let's win.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Jacks 34.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them. and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Portland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to